From the very start, Sonic is a blue blur of energy and loneliness who just wants one thing: a friend. He lives hidden in the woods outside a little town, hoarding human junk like pizza boxes, video game controllers, and anything with a USB plug, trying to live quietly while keeping his supernatural speed under wraps. That speed is a blessing and a curse. It lets him do ridiculous, almost cartoonish things, but it also makes him dangerous when he loses control, and it's exactly the reason he's been on the run for years. You can see why he's jittery. Imagine being the fastest thing alive with no one to talk to except your collection of novelty mugs. One night, Sonic's loneliness gets the better of him. He tries to reach out, to see what it's like to be part of the world he watches on late-night television, and the result is catastrophic. His powers spike and cause an electrical discharge that lights up the sky and knocks out power across a huge area. That surge doesn't just set off alarms in the town, it flags a sequence of events that pulls the entire plot into motion, because the US government notices the anomaly, and they have a specialist who lives for anomalies. Enter Dr. Robotnik, eccentric, brilliant, and absolutely unhinged, who's been living in isolation, building bizarre machines and collecting trophies of his intellect. He detects the same energy signature as the blackout and goes rogue to hunt it down, convinced that whoever or whatever caused it can be studied, exploited, and eventually weaponized. Back in the town, a local sheriff named Tom Wachowski is the kind of straight-arrow small-town cop you root for. He's warm, a little exasperated, and perfectly human in a movie full of impossible things. Tom's life isn't glamorous. He's content with the simple routine he's built, and he's got a supportive partner, Maddie, who's practical, smart, and the kind of person who keeps Tom grounded. When a lightning-fueled disturbance and its aftermath draw government attention to their town, Tom's path collides with Sonic's in the most unlikely, earnest way. Sonic's curiosity about humans leads to a close encounter that forces him to reveal himself. There's a sequence where Sonic, trying to befriend people, accidentally creates more chaos, and Tom confronts him not as a monster, but as a confused kid who needs help. Tom decides to protect Sonic, figuring the moral choice is obvious, even if it's wildly impractical. He ends up becoming Sonic's surrogate family, which is both sweet and kind of hilarious, because Sonic's idea of family involves a lot of lightning and questionable taste in collectibles. The government side of the story introduces Agent Stone, who's the pragmatic, by-the-book counterpoint to Robotnik's chaos. Stone wants results and answers, and he's willing to look the other way when the lines of morality get fuzzy. As Robotnik narrows in, his methods escalate: surveillance, drones, and those instantly memorable metallic badniks that make you feel like the movie is inching closer to a classic video game boss fight. Robotnik's approach is surgical and sadistic. He wants to capture Sonic alive, learn how his power works, and bend it to his will. Tom and Sonic can't stay hidden forever. Knowing that Sonic needs to get away to protect the townspeople and himself, they hatch a plan to get Sonic to a place where he can be safe. Or at least safer. They head cross-country, and the movie becomes a road trip buddy comedy for a while. The dynamic works. The human cop who's never truly been a big risk taker, and the blue speedster who's terrified of being seen, force each other out of their comfort zones. Predictably, Robotnik tracks them down. The capture sequence ramps up the stakes. It's tense, and it's where the film gives a taste of what Robotnik can do when he brings science and spite together. Sonic is taken and studied. Robotnik's lab is a kaleidoscope of blinking machines and terrifying curiosity. At this point, the movie pivots from road trip comedy to an action-packed rescue, because Tom refuses to let his new friend become a test subject. Maddie's role is crucial here. She's not just back at home waiting, she's clever, capable, and fiercely protective. The human characters feel real and supportive in a way that grounds the brighter, more fantastic elements. The rescue is clever and surprisingly emotional. Tom has to outwit tech that's far beyond his experience, which gives him a personal arc. He learns to be brave in ways that aren't about muscle or bravado, but about standing up for someone who can't stand up for himself. Meanwhile, Sonic's vulnerability shows through. Beneath the jokes and the lightning, he's afraid, and that fear makes his bravery count. Robotnik, now obsessed, augments himself with technology and becomes a more direct physical threat, which plays into Jim Carrey's talent for transforming into exaggerated personae. In the chaos, Sonic learns to harness his speed more deliberately. He's no longer just running away, he's choosing how to use what makes him different. That growth matters because the film isn't simply about the spectacle of speed, it's about belonging. Tom and Maddie give Sonic a home, and the final scenes underscore that Sonic has found people who accept him, quirks and all. If you go in wanting fast jokes, bold action, and a surprisingly tender heart, this film delivers and leaves you rooting for more adventures with one blue hedgehog and his very human friends.
If you enjoyed this movie recap, like the video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next movie thriller or movie breakdown. Thanks for watching.